Well, my dad got me started in racing back in 1999, so I've been racing for a little bit over 25 years now. And it was always a connection between my family racing and the military. I took off to the oil field for about 10 years, and when I decided to get back into racing, I found a tight-knit group of veterans in the racing community. And once I connected with Race to a Race 22, it just inspired me to form this team and continue what we're doing for veteran suicide awareness through our program. So Team Blind started kind of as an inside joke between myself and the co-founder. He's active duty special forces. And what we did is every time we'd show up to a race, we'd never have practice, we'd never get a sight lap. We're going into the first turn blind. We'd never see the track until the green flag went up. So one day about 3 years ago, he called me to say, hey, we're gonna race the Vegas to Reno 500-mile race. I said, well, what do we do? He said, I don't know, we're just gonna go in blind. We'll figure it out. So that's kind of pretty much where the name came from, and it's stuck ever since then. We're still just kind of figuring things out as we go, but we're getting really good at it. The biggest race that we just did was we just came off of the Vegas to Reno 555-mile race, and we finished second in the ATV Pro class. And that was an adventure to say the least. We had some issues, and I almost didn't finish the race, but I was able to get the machine completed. Our team is based on pure grit and resiliency, and that we'll finish the race by any means necessary, because what we do is we carry these guys, their photos across the finish line to the podium so we can share their stories. And a few of these guys, Steve especially right here, he was a very good friend of mine. And a few races ago, I actually pushed the bike 2 miles across the finish line. We had an issue, and I pushed it across the finish line. So our goal is to finish the race by any means necessary, and we're looking to come out with a Pro ATV Championship for the end of 2024. We'll be the first team of veterans, active duty and law enforcement to claim that title. And if we do so, then I'll be bringing home a Desert Racing Championship to Rapid City, South Dakota. If people want to find out some more information about our team, you can go to teamblindracing.com. There's links to our GoFundMe. We have a couple GoFundMes going. We raise money for Race to a Race 22, and they can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Race to a Race 22. And we can also be found on Instagram at Team Blind Racing. You can go onto YouTube at Square One Speed Channel. And my teammate and co-founder, he documents all of our races, all of our builds. And there's also ATV Talk podcast. They've had us on there quite a few times, and we've discussed mental health and suicide awareness and how it relates to off-road racing and motorsports, as well as discussing our future plans and what we plan to do with Race to a Race 22. I just want to give a big thank you to local businesses and communities, Jeremy at Jote Services, Ed and the guys at Black Hills Powder Coat, Creative Ironworks, Gage over at MX Connection. There's a lot of great companies and local businesses have stepped up to help us out with what we're doing. And of course, we've got a ton of sponsors out there. The list is too long to name, but most importantly, I want to thank Bill and Debbie Burgos, the founders of Race to a Race 22, for what they've done for our veterans, our racing programs, and turning my life to a very positive direction with what I'm able to do through racing and motorsports.